It's a good question, actually. All right, guys, I got a question. So the question was, what is the silliest thing anyone has ever been fired for whilst working on a super yacht? There are many, many silly things. Some people get fired just for having the wrong look on their face or being in the wrong place at the wrong time. I do have a particular story, though. It's a quick one. So there was on some super yachts, on the bigger super yachts, the owners have an assistant who's all of his job is, his or her job is to organize things for the boss. So let's say they arrive in a port, the boss wants to go to a restaurant, then he wants to go for a drive, then he wants to go drive off-road vehicles, fishing, whatever. Well, this person organizes all of that. They create a timeline and they say you're going to be doing this at this time, etc. So this chap, he was, the boss asked him, he said, I want to go horse riding with my wife. So the guy organizes the event. He does everything. He hires a car, he finds the place to ride the horses, he sets the time, he pays all the money, he gets the hire car, he programs the sat-nav in the hire car to take him right to the place to ride the horse with his wife. And so the boss goes out that day, gets lost. He says, phones up the boat, he says, I'm completely lost, I can't find this place, the guy's messed up, and I you know, I'm gonna come back to the boat. So the owner comes back to the boat and gets back on board, and he fires the guy who didn't organize it properly. So the next day he says that to the chief officer, because the guy's being fired, right? The guy's already gone home that morning. He says to the chief officer, right, I want to go to that place, so you need to organize it.
You aren't the man now, Admiral Yacht.
So the chief officer says, okay, not a problem. So the chief officer gets in the car, turns on the sat-nav, and drives, follows the sat-nav, and he takes him right to the place where the horses are. So the guy hadn't done anything wrong, but the boss had not followed the sat-nav properly and got lost. But the guy lost his job over it. So yeah, so that is probably the most ridiculous thing that I've heard a guy getting fired for. It's completely not, he didn't do anything wrong, but he lost his job anyway. So yeah.